Deep in the heart of the African savanna, the sun peeked over the horizon, casting a golden glow across the vast landscape. It was a new day, filled with endless possibilities and adventures waiting to unfold. The grasslands were waking up, with the first rays of sunlight gently caressing the dew-kissed blades of grass. This was the home of Leo the lion, the undisputed king of this majestic realm. Leo was a strong and brave lion, his presence commanding respect and admiration from all the creatures of the savannah. He had a big mane and a mighty roar that echoed through the plains, a symbol of his strength and authority. Leo had 3 playful cubs, Luna, Simba and Nala, each with their own unique personalities and traits. Luna was the eldest, always curious and calm, often seen exploring the surroundings with a thoughtful gaze. Simba, the middle cub, was adventurous and sometimes a bit too bold, always eager to test his limits and discover new things. Nala, the youngest, loved to play and was always eager to learn, her playful antics bringing joy to the family. Today was a big day for the cubs. They were filled with excitement and anticipation, knowing that they were about to embark on a new adventure. They were going on an adventure with their dad, a journey that would take them across the savannah and teach them valuable lessons about life in the wild. Leo led the way, his keen eyes scanning the horizon for any signs of danger or opportunity. The cubs followed closely, their small paws leaving tiny imprints in the soft earth. As they walked, Leo began to teach his cubs the art of hunting. He showed them how to move silently through the grass, how to use the wind to their advantage, and how to stay patient and focused. Luna, always the quick learner, practiced her pouncing skills on a leaf, her movements precise and calculated. Simba, on the other hand, was more interested in chasing after a butterfly, his adventurous spirit getting the better of him. Nala, ever the playful one, found a stick and began to play with it, her actions a blend of learning and fun. Leo watched his cubs with pride, knowing that each of them was developing their own unique strengths. After a morning of exploration and learning, the family found a shady spot under a large acacia tree to rest. The cubs snuggled close to their father, their eyes filled with wonder and admiration. Leo began to tell them stories of his own adventures, tales of bravery and wisdom that had been passed down through generations. The cubs listened intently, their imaginations running wild with the images their father painted with his words. As the sun began to set, casting a warm orange glow over the savannah, the family prepared to head back to their den. It had been a day filled with learning, adventure and bonding, a day that the cubs would remember for a long time. They walked back together, the cubs chattering excitedly about all they had seen and learned. Leo smiled, knowing that his cubs were growing up strong and wise, ready to face the challenges of the wild. As night fell, the savannah was bathed in the soft light of the stars. The lion family settled down for the night, their hearts full and their spirits high, ready to face whatever the next day would bring. Leo and his cubs drifted off to sleep, their dreams filled with the promise of new adventures and the bond of family that would always keep them strong.
Come along, little ones, it's time to explore the world beyond our den.
Leo roared gently, a sound that was both a call and a reassurance to his cubs. His roar was not one of aggression, but of guidance and love. It was time for their first lesson in the vast open world of the savannah. The cubs had never ventured this far from their den before, and today was a special day. They were going on a journey through the savannah. The cubs were excited, their eyes wide with curiosity and their tails flicking with anticipation. They'd heard stories of the great savannah from their mother, but now they would see it for themselves. They bounded after their father, their little paws thumping on the ground. Each step was a new adventure, each leap a new discovery. They followed closely, trying to mimic his every move. The savannah was full of sights and sounds, the rustling of the grass, the distant calls of other animals, and the gentle breeze that carried the scent of the wild. It was a symphony of nature that the cubs were hearing for the first time. The cubs looked around in wonder. Every rustle in the grass, every flutter of a bird's wings was a new and exciting experience. They were learning to be aware of their surroundings, to understand the world they were a part of. They saw tall giraffes stretching their necks to reach the tastiest leaves. The giraffes moved with a grace that fascinated the cubs, their long necks swaying gently as they fed. They heard the trumpeting of elephants in the distance. The sound was powerful and commanding, a reminder of the strength and majesty of the creatures that shared their home. The cubs listened intently, their ears twitching as they tried to locate the source of the sound. The cubs exchanged glances, their eyes filled with excitement and a hint of nervousness. This was their first real adventure, and they were eager to learn and explore. Leo led the way, his stride confident and purposeful. He knew the savannah well, and he was determined to teach his cubs everything they needed to know to survive and thrive in this vast, beautiful land. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the savannah, the lion family continued their journey. The cubs were tired but happy, their minds filled with the wonders they had seen and the lessons they had learned. They snuggled close to their father, feeling safe and loved. The savannah was a big and sometimes scary place, but with Leo by their side, they knew they could face anything. Under the starry night sky, the lion family settled down to sleep. The cubs dreamed of the adventures that awaited them, knowing that tomorrow would bring new discoveries and new lessons in the heart of the savannah. As they walked, they came across a rushing river. The water was high from the recent rains. How would they cross?
What do we do now?
Leo asked, his voice deep and rumbling. The cubs looked at the river and then at their father.
Maybe we can hop across the rocks.
Luna, always observant, noticed some rocks sticking out of the water.
That's a great idea, Luna.
Leo said. He was proud of his daughter's quick thinking. Carefully they crossed the river, stepping from one rock to another. Simba, always wanting to show off, almost slipped, but Leo was there to steady him. Soon, they were all safely on the other side. Next, they came to a steep, rocky ridge. It looked very difficult to climb. What should they do?
This looks really hard.
Simba whined, looking up at the steep and daunting incline.
Let's take our time and find the easiest way up together.
Luna took a deep, calming breath. Slowly and patiently she started climbing, carefully placing her paws on the rocks. She didn't rush at all. She took her time and looked for the best and safest footholds. Simba, on the other hand, tried to scramble up quickly. The rocky terrain was challenging and each step required immense effort. Simba's small paws struggled to find a grip on the uneven surface, but his determination was unwavering. He had always admired the older lions who could effortlessly scale such heights, and today he wanted to prove that he could do it too. He wanted to be the first one to the top. The thought of standing on the peak, looking down at the vast savannah, filled him with excitement. Simba imagined the wind ruffling his fur and the sense of accomplishment that would wash over him. He could already picture the proud looks on the faces of his family and friends, but he was too impatient. In his eagerness, he often overlooked the safest paths and the best footholds. His heart raced as he pushed himself harder, but his haste made him careless. Each misstep was a reminder that climbing was not just about speed, but also about strategy and patience. Simba lost his footing and tumbled back down. He felt scared. The fall was sudden and jarring, and for a moment he felt a pang of fear. The rocks scraped his fur, and the world seemed to spin around him. As he lay at the bottom, he couldn't help but feel a sense of defeat. Doubts began to creep into his mind, questioning whether he was truly ready for such a challenge.
It's okay, Simba. Sometimes you need to be brave and ask for help. Leo, the wise and experienced lion, approached him with a gentle smile. Leo had seen many young lions face similar challenges and knew that this was a crucial learning moment for Simba. Every great lion has faced setbacks, Leo continued, but it's how you respond to them that defines your strength.
With Leo's encouragement, Simba tried again. This time he took a deep breath and focused on each step. Leo's words echoed in his mind, reminding him that bravery wasn't just about facing danger head-on, but also about knowing when to seek guidance. Simba felt a renewed sense of purpose and determination. This time he was more careful. He studied the rocks, looking for the best routes and taking his time to ensure each step was secure. The climb was still challenging, but Simba felt more in control. He realized that the journey was just as important as the destination. Each careful step brought him closer to his goal, and with each step his confidence grew. He took his time, and soon he reached the top, feeling proud of himself. As he stood on the peak, the view was even more breathtaking than he had imagined. The vast savanna stretched out before him, and the wind carried the sense of the wild. Simba's heart swelled with pride, not just because he had reached the top, but because he had learned the value of patience, perseverance, and the importance of seeking help when needed. This climb was more than just a physical challenge. It was a journey of growth and self-discovery.
I can't do it.
Yes, you can, Nala.
Yes, you can, Nala.
Nala, the smallest of the cubs, was struggling to climb the last part of the ridge. She looked up at the top, feeling a bit scared. Luna and Simba reached down and helped Nala up. Working together, they all made it to the top. They had conquered the ridge. At the top of the ridge, they all took a break. The view was amazing. They could see the whole savanna stretching out before them.
Let's have a roaring contest.
The cubs all took a deep breath and let out their loudest roars.
Can you roar like a lion?
Roar!
They roared. Even Leo joined in, his roar shaking the ground. As the sun began to set, Leo gathered his cubs close.
Today, you learned some valuable lessons. Luna, you showed patience. Simba, you found your courage. And Nala, you learned the importance of teamwork.
Leo explained that lions live in groups called prides. The females do most of the hunting, while the males protect the pride.
But the most important lesson of all is that true strength comes from kindness, wisdom, and working together.
The cubs snuggled closer to their father, their hearts full of love and admiration. They had learned so much today. They were tired but happy, ready for their next adventure in the vast and wonderful savanna.